Good morning. I'm on my way outside to do an art project. I'm starting my wolf pack. So let's go outside. So this is a piece of metal that I bought from my artist friend, Mark Wigner. He did a series of wolves for a rancher out here in Wyoming. And I bought the outside metal that he didn't have a use for. So I am going to put this corrugated metal underneath of it. I'm going to hook it together, put it with some posts, and have a wolf pack of my own. This is what it's going to look like with the corrugated metal behind it. So I have to be able to hook the two metals together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have it all straight. I'm going to mark where there's already some holes. I'm going to use the second one in and the second one from the bottom. And I'll mark that corrugated metal over there. When I come to this side, when I do the drill holes, I'll drill them both at the same time. Now I decided that I should have the metals together so that when I drill, there's no movement. So I'm going to do that on all four corners. And then I took a little awl and made a little tap mark right where I'm going to drill. And then that way the drill bit will catch it. And Joe says if I put a little bit of oil, it will make the drill bit go through better. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm listening to Joe. And here I go. I just take my time. I have steady pressure and it just comes right through. Now I'm going to use washers and these eye bolts so that the eye bolt part is where the rebar will just go right through. And I just figured it was easier and I didn't have to weld anything. And so I'm going to use two different sizes with the eye bolt, and I think it should work perfect actually. So eye bolt, a small washer first, then a big washer. That's going to go underneath because I want the rebar on the back side, right? And you can see why I use two different size washers, because on this side, the holes are bigger than what the bolt is. And so I just figured that using a couple different size washers, it would give me a lot of pressure and it would hold it together real well. So I'm just doing it with my fingers first, adjusting where the washers are so that they're pretty symmetrical. And then I'm just tightening it from the underneath, and I think I might have to use some pliers too, just to get the very last of it, to get it really tight. I don't want to squish the metal, but I do want it tight. So this is what it looks on the underneath side. So that's where the rebar will go through. Now, I'm looking at it because I have the 4 different ones in there. But I'm a little concerned about the center. You know, there's a lot of movement in there. Now it is metal, it's not going to go anywhere. And this little piece right here in the metal by the legs, I don't like how it sticks up. So I'm thinking, maybe I should put just some smaller bolts with some nuts. And I stood it up just so I could kind of see how the metal would bend, how it would react. And I really still think that I need to have those extra bolts in there. Not that it wouldn't stay there, but I don't want eventually that the back corrugated metal looks kind of wobbly, because you can see there is space there. And it really, 3 bolts, it's not too difficult to do. So I just went into Joe's garage. They don't match. I don't care. They don't match. So I'm going to use those. So I'll do the exact same process of tapping, then a little bit of oil, and I will send it through. So here are my bolts. And the bolts and the nuts don't interfere when the rebar goes through there. And I use that darker bolt in the center there because I thought as it weathers, that might be kind of cool. And I think I'm ready to put it outside. So let's go in the front yard. So it just is standing there right there, leaning against an old apple tree. I think I'm actually going to move it down a little bit more into the garden and pound the rebar into the stakes. Now, the reason I want it in the front yard is because I have a antelope that has decided to eat my geraniums. So I moved it down a little bit. It's very straight, though I could have made it off kilter. That I don't think that would have been right or wrong. But I'm just going to take my hammer and just pound that in. And it should go in really easily. And I'm a little stuck right there on the bolt. But I just pounded it all in there. And I'm just going to pound the rebar, and so it is even with the top. And there it is there. I like it. I think it will actually scare off that antelope. I haven't had trouble with the antelope for years and years. My neighbors have, but I haven't. And this year, that one antelope keeps coming over and eating the geraniums, and I don't like it. But this is the beginning of the wolf pack. Let's go see what else I have. So this is going to be the next one. On the back is just some roofing from an old chicken coop. So I'm going to have to scrub that down. But I'm going to show you, see back behind my grill, I have my other wolves. I have 5 in the wolf pack altogether. And some of them will get attached to fences, some will be freestanding. But I think I'm going to like having different colored backgrounds instead of everything just that silver corrugated metal. Don't you just love those hinges on there? I just find that fabulous. Thanks for watching my wolf pack, the beginning of the wolf pack, and I will see you next time.